Story time on my ADHD burnout nightmare. It was a horrible experience. I don't want you to experience, and I hope that you can learn from my experience. But before I tell the story, please hit the like button. Okay, now on to the story. So I was working a job where I was working with another office in another location. And there was a supervisor who was complaining to one of my coworkers that I was distracting people from working because I was talking to them. Now, here's the thing. The person that I was talking to, I don't really know them like that, but I talk to anybody and everybody. And this is a type of person to where, I don't know, it's more of a personal thing that they just like to stay focused, do their work. They don't do that stuff. They don't talk to anybody. They just want to work and that's it. Now, they could have told me that and I would have been like, okay, cool. But there was a thing where there were other people in the office who are talkers. But I guess he had an issue with other people in his office talking, and he kind of set the precedence in their office that he doesn't want anybody talking. And I guess he said that they were distracted from their work, but it had nothing to do with me, and I got dragged into it. So what they said is if I talk to somebody again, which is kind of extreme, that they're going to tell a supervisor. And I was like, wait, what? That's stupid. Why didn't they talk to me? I mean, everybody knows. I mean, I don't know them like that, but I'm an open book. You could just talk to me. So at that point, what I decided to do, I said, you know what? If that's the game that they want to play, I'm not talking to nobody. I'm just going to straight mask. Now, here's the issue. It was about maybe 3 or 4 days. There was no sun. Dopamine drained. Connection was really bad out there, so I couldn't really be on my phone or like that or play music. Dopamine drained. And then on top of that, I'm just like, you know what? I'm not talking to anybody. If it doesn't have anything to do with work, do not talk to me. Okay, I'll go to lunch with you, but I'm not talking to you. So it eventually got to the point to where I was at lunch with my buddy who I was traveling with. And I kind of had this feeling that kind of felt similar to depression, but I wasn't depressed at all. And that's the good thing about being self-aware about your symptoms, because it was one of those things to where I was like, okay, I had to ask myself a question. Am I just tired? Am I depressed? Or is this ADHD burnout? Because I felt that I was getting irritated at the littlest things. We were inside the restaurant and people talking were just irritating my everlasting nerve. Like, shut the fuck up. Just the chewing and the noises. And noises don't normally bother me like that. It just really depends on the day. So I was like super irritated. Then we went to another place afterwards to get a snack or whatever, and I was just feeling down or whatever. And then I pretty much said, you know what? I think this is a burnout. I can tell the difference now. So then I told my buddy, who's like, he knows what's going on with me and he's real supportive. And I said, dude, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm feeling a little snappy right now. I don't feel like talking to anybody. Nothing against you, but I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to deal with you. I just want to stay to myself and leave me the fuck alone. And, you know, he respected that. So while we were in the car, one thing that I did to try to help me regulate was I just cut my music on, like either some type of lo-fi music, calming music, different type of music that has waves in the background. And I just laid back in the seat. And then once we got back to the office, I straight up told him, I was like, dude, I'll be honest with you. I don't have anything in me right now. I can't focus. I can't help you out. You're on your own right now, and I hope you understand. And at that point, the only thing that got me out of that burnout was to sit there and do absolutely nothing. Luckily, I was in a position to where I could do that. So I just stayed in the car, laid back, had my music going, and just sat in it. And it took about an hour to kind of like get me out the funk to where I actually felt like moving. I just felt like a vegetable. And I've kind of had a feeling that's similar to depression. And I told myself, I don't want to feel that way again. So that's why it's one of those things to where I don't like masking. That's one thing why, okay, well, if this person has another disorder, that's fine. It's one of those things where you don't have to share that with me, but I would hope that somebody would at least have the courtesy to say, okay, well, this is bothering me. So that way I can make a compromise as far as like, okay, I don't know what you have going on. You don't know what I have going on. It's only safe that I meet you in the middle. And so from that, at that point, I said, you know what? I'm not sitting here masking or whatever. So if I was in that situation again, what I would do is I would say, okay, and I respect that. And then I would decide if I want to disclose to that person or not. I don't really know what and I would do another video about how I decide to disclose, and if I do, what would I say leading up to that disclosure. But I would at least have a conversation with that person to, even if I don't say specifically what I have, I can at least have a conversation about how I am and how we can go forward so that we can get better. That's a shitty situation to be in. And I don't want to be in a situation like that again, which is why I'm so against masking. I masked to the point to where I was shut down and absolutely no good. I pretty much masked myself into incapacitation. So thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to like this video and follow Extrovergent, your extroverted neurodivergent.